Hey guys, what is up? My name is Lynon and welcome to the Jersey Zone. So today I wanted to do another tier list. You guys left a huge amount of support on the last one and I want to thank you guys so much for all the views and support on there. So I wanted to do another one here. This is going to be about the third jerseys for the 2019-2020 season. I do have plans to do a lot more tier lists in the future, so if you guys want to see those, make sure to hit subscribe to stay tuned. But anyways, let's just jump right into the tier list. Okay, so here's the tier list. Like I said, it's for the 2019-2020 season. Now, I did kind of want to include the new Dallas third and the new Vegas third, but I decided to hold off against them. One, because of the fact that I haven't seen them in person yet or on ice, so I don't really know exactly how much I'm going to like them. I usually like a jersey a little bit more once I see it in person, so I might like the Vegas third jerseys more in person. I might like the Dallas jerseys more in person, or I might dislike them more in person. I'm not really too sure, so I've decided to hold off against them for that reason. And also because of the fact that some of these jerseys here in this ranking would not be thirds for next year. For example, the Buffalo won't be the third jersey. The Calgary Flames third jersey is now their home jersey, and their previous home jersey is now their third jersey. So just for those reasons, I've decided to keep it to the 2019-2020 season. Now, I'm hoping I'm not missing any of the jerseys here. I'm pretty sure I got all of them. I'm hoping that they're all correct. But anyways, let's get into the tier list. Okay, so starting off, we have the Anaheim Ducks. I actually do like the Anaheim's orange jersey. I don't have it in Adidas, but I do have it in a Reebok, and I do actually like it a decent amount. So for that, I am going to put it into the A tier. I like it. I don't think it's perfect, but I do think it is a pretty nice jersey. It's a pretty sharp looking jersey. Next up, we have the Arizona Coyotes with the Kachina, and I love the Kachina. That's going in S tier. I absolutely love it. The Kachina is one of my favorite jerseys of all time. I think it is great. I absolutely love the striping on it. The logo is sweet. The coloring is awesome. I think it is absolutely fantastic. I'm really, really happy that they ended up bringing it back in a Adidas jersey. I don't have one in an Adidas jersey. I have one in a CCM, but I am very, very glad that they brought it back in an Adidas, and I'm glad they're bringing back the peyote with the reverse retro. I think they're going to have a awesome jersey kind of little lineup there, so I'm really, really happy about that, and like I said, I love the Kachina, so it's going into S tier. Next up is Boston. Now, with these jerseys here, I do kind of like them. I do think they're clean and they're sharp, but I also kind of find them a little bit boring. I'm not really quite sure where I feel with them, and for that reason, I'm going to throw them into the B, also because they're the Bruins. Next up is the Buffalo Sabres 50th anniversary jersey, and I absolutely love this jersey. It is an S tier for me. Easy, easy, easy. Like I said when I unboxed this jersey on the channel a couple of days ago or weeks ago, I don't remember how long ago it was, but either way, when I first saw this jersey, when it was first released, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I thought it was pretty ugly, but once I kind of saw it in person, I absolutely loved it. If you're not a huge fan of it, try and see if you can find it in person and take a look at it there. I think it completely changed my opinions on it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love that jersey. The detailing on the Buffalo is fantastic. The gold and the white just looks really, really sharp. And like I said, it's an awesome jersey, and I love it. Next up is the Calgary Flames third, which is now going into their home jerseys for the next season. And I'm pretty sure when I did my home and away tier list, I'm pretty sure I put these jerseys in the S tier. Even if I did or didn't, I'm not really too sure. Either way, I'm going to put them in now because, like I said, I love them. I think they are absolutely gorgeous. I much, much prefer them over their previous home jerseys, the ones that they wore for the 2019-2020 season. I much prefer these. I think they're a lot nicer, especially as a home jersey. I'm not a fan of that black C. I prefer the red C personally, but I don't mind the white C as well. So either way, I'm going to put them to the S tier. Okay, so next up is Carolina, and I am not quite sure where I want to put these. I'm leaning closer to an S, but I think I'm going to put them into A tier. I do really, really like these jerseys. My one main complaint with it is the fact that the logo is massive, and I know that's not really the fault of the Hurricanes because that is the flag of a hurricane warning flag. So I know that is not really in their control, that they can make it a lot smaller. If they made it smaller, it would look a lot worse. But either way, I'm just not an overly huge fan of that logo. I prefer the older one where it was just the one flag because it's a lot smaller, but I know it's not accurate, so it's a little weird. But like I said, I kind of do prefer it just because of the size of the logo. I think this one is a little bit too big, but I like literally everything else on the jersey. I like the kind of gray shoulder patches there. I think that's really nice. The striping and everything on here, I'm pretty sure, let me take a look actually. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that there was kind of some detailing in the sleeves and at the bottom there. And there is, and I do like that a lot. I like that part a lot. But either way, like I said, I think I prefer the smaller logo, so that's the only part that really makes the jersey a little bit less for me. Other than that, I think the jersey is fantastic. Next up, on to Colorado, and these are one of my favorite jerseys in the league. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. The logo is really, really nice. It's absolutely amazing. I love the white shoulder yoke. I think that looks really, really good. Overall, like, I think it's just a fantastic jersey. I have this one in a Reebok, and I really, really like it. Like I said, it's one of my favorite jerseys in the league, and I think it looks absolutely stunning, and so it's an obvious S for me. Next up, on to Columbus, and I'm putting a lot of jerseys into S tier here, but I absolutely love a lot of these third jerseys. I think they're amazing, and Columbus is another one. I love the kind of cream colored instead of just the pure white. I think that looks really, really nice. I love the blue, how it's a lighter blue compared to the darker blue. Overall, I mean, I love that logo. The Canon logo is fantastic. I don't have these jerseys, and it's one of the jerseys that I want the most. I'm really, really looking forward to finally getting this jersey in my collection. Whether it is in Adidas or in a Reebok, I don't really care. But for right now, I just want one really, really bad. Honestly, this Columbus jersey is probably in my top 5 favorite in the league that's currently being used right now. I think it is absolutely amazing, and I love it. Okay, so next up is the Oilers, and I'm going from pretty much almost all S's to a hard D. I hate these. I think they're super, super ugly. I do not like that orange. It's just too bright. It's too, maybe not bright is the correct term, but burnt. It's just, I'm not a fan of that orange. I think it's really, really gross, and I don't like that orange in the blue. Just and there's not like really a ton to this jerseys. There's very minimal striping, and overall I'm just not a fan of it at all. I don't really like the two-tone jerseys most of the time. I think a lot of the time they're pretty ugly, and this is one of the jerseys where I think it looks really, really bad. I'm not a huge fan of this Oilers jersey. Now on to the Kings. Now, I don't mind this Kings jersey, but I much prefer their 50th anniversary jersey to this one. It is very, very similar, but instead of being outlined by silver, it's being outlined by gold, and I think that looks a lot nicer. I still don't mind these jerseys. I still do think they look pretty nice, but I'm going to throw them into the B category because I like that 50th anniversary jersey just a little bit more. Next up, onto the Islanders. I actually don't mind this logo and everything like that. I like the colors. I like that white yoke. I'm not really a huge fan of these jerseys, but I don't mind them, so I'm going to throw them into the B category here. And now onto the Ottawa Senators. Now with the Ottawa Senators, I like this O jersey, but there's other O jerseys that I prefer more. There's the black colored one and then the cream colored one. Both of those I know I like a lot more than this one, and with knowing that those are a thing, it kind of brings this one down a little bit for me. I'm not really too excited with this one, so for me this one's just a B. I don't mind it, but there's not really anything too special for it for me. Next, we're on to the Philly jerseys. Now, I actually do really, really love this jersey. It reminds me a lot of Halloween, and I like Halloween. I like the Halloween colors. I like orange. I do like orange when it's used correctly. I think it looks nice in this Anaheim jersey. I think it looks really nice in this Philadelphia jersey, but I think it looks really, really bad in this Oilers jersey. Either way, I'm going to put the Philadelphia jersey into the A tier. I think it is really, really nice. It's one of my favorite Philadelphia jerseys, and like I said, I just like it a lot. It gives me a lot of Halloween vibes. Next, we're on to the Penguins. And I'm not a huge fan of these jerseys. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if it's the yellow that I don't really like or what, but I'm just not really a huge fan of them. I don't think they're awful, but they're not in the B tier for me, so they're going to go into the C tier. Now on to the Blues, and I really, really like this jersey. I think it's super, super nice. Now, do I want to put it into the S tier or not? I'm going to throw it into the A tier for now. We'll maybe come back to that one, but I do really, really like that St. Louis jersey. It is one of my favorite St. Louis jerseys, but I like it a lot. I think it's super, super nice, and I love that blue. I love the blue and the yellow. I think they just really, really mesh well together. Next up, on to San Jose, and it's these jerseys right here. They're black stealth jerseys, and I really, really like these jerseys. I think they're super nice. I think the black looks really good with San Jose and the teal, and I know this one's also kind of a two-tone jersey, kind of like the Edmonton Oilers here, but I think it works a lot better here. I think the colors just mesh a lot better in this jersey, as well as on the armbands right here. I don't know if I'll be able to show it. I hope I was able to show it pretty well there, but either way, there's some like circuitry kind of design or something like that in the armbands here, and I think it looks really, really nice. It really brings up that jersey for me, and it brings it up to an S tier for me. I think it is a very nice, a very gorgeous jersey. Next, we go on to the Tampa Bay Lightning, and this one's a weird one. I'm actually not quite sure where it lands for me. I don't want to put it into the C category because I don't think it's that bad, but also it's not really in a B category for me. It's like a B minus, a C plus, somewhere in there. Just the weird gradient on only the arms is just a little strange. I have not seen this one in person, so maybe I would change my mind a little bit if I saw it in person. But for right now, I'm just kind of iffy on it. I'm going to throw it into the C tier here, just so the Penguins don't feel as lonely. But I'm not a huge fan of this jersey. I don't think it's an awful jersey, but I'm just not a huge fan of it. Next, we're on to the Vancouver Stick and Rink jersey. This jersey I like a lot, like a lot, but I don't know if it reaches that S tier for me. I think it's really nice, it's really sharp, but I just can't fully put it into the S tier. The striping is just a little bit too thick for me, in my opinion, and I wish it was just a little bit slimmer, or maybe it was separated by like a white or something. It's really, really nice, and I have one of these jerseys, but it's just not quite in the S tier for me, but it's pretty close. Next, we're on to the Capitals jerseys, and I really, really like this Capital jersey a lot. I think it looks really sharp. I like it a lot. I almost like it more than their current home jerseys. I'm personally not a huge fan of their home jerseys, and I think this one looks a lot nicer than their home, and I'm going to throw this one into the A category as well. I think it looks super, super sharp. I just love the stars on the arms as well as up top. I just really, really like this jersey. I like the white shoulder yoke as well, but it doesn't quite reach that S tier, but I do think it is a nice looking jersey. And finally, the Winnipeg Jets. Now, when this jersey first came out, I was not a huge fan of it, but there was a few things that kind of won me over a little bit more as time has gone on. I do really like the baby blue coloring. I think the color looks really, really nice. I have a Fanatics version of this jersey, which is not really the same as an Adidas, but either way, I still really like the baby blue. And another thing that was pointed out to me as well is the T in the Jets is actually a jet, and it makes it a little bit nicer of a jersey, but it still is not really a huge factor for me. I think when I first saw these jerseys, I would have put them in a C, but for right now, I'm going to throw them into the B category. I think they are just all right. They're not a bad jersey, but I'm not really a huge fan of word marks, so honestly, putting it in a B category for me is pretty high praise. So yeah, that is my final tier list here. I got quite a few in the S tier there, a lot more than I thought there would be. It looks to me that I just really, really enjoyed the thirds for the NHL. I think they're really, really nice, most of them. And even with my B tier, I mean, like, I do like a lot of the jerseys in the B tier. I like the Boston jersey. I like the Islanders jersey. With the LA and the Ottawa jersey, there's just better forms of that jersey in my opinion, so I'm not really a huge fan of these ones just because I know there's a better version out there. And then with this one here, I really, really like the baby blue. I'm pretty high on these third jerseys. I tend to like them a good amount. So overall, I think the NHL did a good job with the third jerseys for the 2019-2020 season. Okay, so that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to hit the like button and let me know what you guys think about this tier list. Do you guys agree? If you guys want to do your own, the link to the tier list will be in the description down below. And if you guys want to see more tier lists, I will be doing more tier lists in the future here. So make sure to subscribe if you guys are interested in that. Also, make sure to follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter at the Jersey Zone YT on Instagram and at the Jersey Zone on Twitter. Links are in the description down below. But anyways, like I said, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.